very interesting insight and analysis from the European perspective. From the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, Paul Christian Breeze, DWTV for Channels Television. Let's cross to Wall Street. Stock futures starting today in a green territory, pricing in the much anticipated rate hike at the Federal Open Market Committee of the Federal Reserve. Dow Industrials futures was on the green curve with nearly 0.2%. Lunchtime here in Lagos, the S&P 500 index was trading the same figure as well as the Nasdaq futures. Meantime, analysts are predicting a volatile Wednesday session on Wall Street if the FOMC hike the Fed fund rate as expected. We're looking at about 25 basis points. But the data published today on Tuesday by Bespoke Investment Group indicated that stocks on average falls 0.13% on the last 10 times the Fed held its policy meetings. Great. Evening time in Asia. Yes, let's check in with the Asian trading day with the gains on the ticker tapes despite Washington's restatements of its tough stance on trade. The Japanese main stock index, the Nikkei 225, recovered from its earlier losses in the morning to finish 0.39%. The Topix index, on the other hand, rose from its earlier low to close largely flat at 1,821. In Australia, the ASX basket of top 200 companies paid some of its earlier gains, but still managed a 0.1% gain at 61.92. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng main index traded strongly higher, 1.24% over the mainland, where the Shanghai Composite advanced 0.92%. The Shenzhen Composite gained 0.73%. Let's begin some corporate news, shall we? United Kingdom's PZ Cussons PLC says its quarterly results were in line with expectations, even as the company's prices, volumes, and margins in Nigeria, one of its major markets, remain under pressure. PZ Cussons said new products and costs have helped offset challenging trading conditions in Nigeria for the quarter ended August the 31st. The household product maker has suffered from a slowdown in its largest Nigeria market, forcing the company to warn last July of a challenging year ahead, after Africa profits declined sharply in the year to May the 31st. PZ Cussons shares were up 1.3% at £232.04 in early London trading on Wednesday. Here we go to South Africa, where CAPITEC Bank has reported a 20% jump in its half-year profit, buoyed by strong client growth. Headline earnings from the company, that's headline earnings per share, that's HEPS, came in at 2,128 cents in the 6 months ended August, compared with 1,769 cents a year earlier. CAPITEC attracted 109,000 additional clients every month in the past 6 months, bringing the total number to 10.5 million customers. CAPITEC Bank, which competes with bellwethers like Nedbank, Standard Bank, First Round, and Absa Group, said net income from transaction fees surged 32% to about $216 million. And let's add the mining business into that. The chief executive officer at Newmont Mining, Gary Goldberg, says this is dampening speculations that Barrick-Gold's merger with Randgold Resources will tempt Newmont to make a bid of his own. The mining chief explains that Newmont had looked in the past and did not see anything worth bidding for. So the company hasn't seen anything yet to change its position. Goldberg says he made reference to 214 talks between ABX and Newmont over a potential tie-up that collapsed over differences on issues including leadership of the combined company. Back into the world of lending. France cooperative lender BPCE has opened talks with Moroccan lender by the name BCP to sell its African banking unit as part of a reorganization under its new executive, Laurent Mignon. The French bank explained in a statement that BPCE intends to sell its controlling stakes in Cameroon, Madagascar, Congo, and Tunisia to Casablanca listed Banque Centrale Populaire. Under the deal, BPCE will sell almost all its assets in the region while keeping only 4.5% stake in BCP and about 20% stake in a bank in Mali. BPCE says the move was part of the group's strategy to rejig the scope of the bank's activities to focus on retail banking. Here we go into the world of oil. Talk about President Trump calling OPEC, the reaper, ripping off world oil prices. Brent crude price edged further today from a 4-month high, even as after the United States says it will ensure crude markets are well supplied before sanctions are imposed on Iran, and as President Trump criticized high prices, blaming OPEC. Brent crude prices, Brent crude futures were down 43 cents or 0.5% at $81.44 per barrel after gaining nearly 1% the previous session. Earlier on Tuesday, Brent hit its highest since November 2014 at $82.55 per barrel. U.S. crude futures were down 40 cents also today at about $71.88 a barrel. We'll check in with the Nigerian Stock Exchange when we come back. A big news. President Buhari has signed the demutualization bill into law. Here we go.